Hey there, business owners and entrepreneurs. Welcome back to the channel. And today we are talking about something that's both exciting and terrifying, which is scaling your business. I know many of you are at that point where you have tasted success and now you are thinking, how do I take this to the next level? But here's the truth. Scaling a business can feel like balancing on a tightrope. One misstep and the quality of your product or service could suffer. Growth can quickly turn into chaos if you are not careful. And I have seen this happen time and again. Businesses grow too fast, systems break down, teams get overwhelmed, and suddenly that beautiful success story starts to fall apart. But don't worry, today I am going to walk you through the secret to scaling without losing quality or control. So let's dive in. Now imagine this scenario. Your business is growing faster than you ever expected. That's the dream, right? But as orders flood in and your client base expands, you start noticing cracks. Customer complaints are rising, deadlines are being missed, and your team is drowning in admin work. What you thought was the perfect growth story is starting to become a nightmare. And here's the kicker. This happens to so many businesses, not just yours. The potential for growth is huge, but the execution, that is where things start to crumble. So how do you prevent this? How do you scale without losing the quality that made your business successful in the first place? So let's break it down. The first and probably most critical step is adopting the right technology to scale efficiently. So the technology and scalability is the thing. One of the biggest mistakes I see in businesses either sticking to outdated systems or investing in flashy new tech that adds complexity without solving their real problems. Here is what I mean. When you are scaling, efficiency is everything. If your team is bogged down in manual tasks or bouncing between 10 different tools to get one thing done, you are not scaling, you are drowning. I had a client once who was using 5 different platforms just to manage client onboarding. It was chaotic and honestly totally unnecessary. What we did was to just simplify the processes. We streamlined their tech stack to focus on just a couple of tools that could handle multiple tasks, whether it is CRM, project management, communication, all in one place. And the result? A 40% increase in productivity and no drop in client satisfaction. So, the actionable tip for you is that you start by auditing your current tools. Ask yourself, is this helping or complicating things? Then choose tech that integrates easily with what you already have. And less is more when it comes to scaling. Now let's talk about money. So this is step 2 regarding the cash flow management. You have to master it. So cash flow management becomes a huge challenge when you are scaling, especially if you are waiting on long payment cycles or trying to fund your growth while maintaining day-to-day operations. Let me tell you, I have seen too many businesses fail not because they weren't making money, but because they didn't have enough liquidity to keep the lights on during the expansion phase. Here is a quick story. There is one startup which is run by one of my mentees, was growing very fast, signing new clients left and right, but their payment cycles were 60 days out and they had to pay their suppliers every 30 days. You know what was the result? They were constantly cash-strapped, unable to keep up with the demands of scaling. What did we do? We implemented a cash flow strategy that included shorter payment terms and offering clients discounts for every payments. Within 3 months, their cash flow issues disappeared, and they were able to fund their growth without taking on any additional debt. You know what is the actionable tip here? You have to take control of your cash flow by negotiating better payment terms with both your clients and suppliers. Offer discounts for early payments, and most importantly, monitor your cash flows weekly. Because what you don't track, you can't manage. Now comes the step 3, which is building a resilient team. Scaling isn't just about systems and cash. It's about people. One of the biggest reasons businesses fail to scale is because their teams can't keep up with the demands of growth. Burnout happens, communication breaks down, and suddenly the culture that made your company great is gone. Remember, when you are scaling, your team is your greatest asset. When I scaled my own teams, the number one thing I focused on was building resilience. That meant Having clear communication channels, making sure every team member knew their role, and most importantly, making sure no one was getting burned out. A tired, overworked team will sink your growth faster than anything else. So the actionable tip here is invest in your team. That means training, open communication, and hiring before the burnout happens. Also, as you grow, decentralize decision making. Let your team lead from within so you don't bottleneck growth by keeping all the decisions at the top. So finally, let's talk about the risk, which is step 4, where you have to anticipate risks and prepare for contingencies. Scaling isn't just a straight path upward. There will be bumps along the way, unexpected costs, market shifts, tech failures. The key is anticipating those risks before they hit. When you are scaling, every plan needs a plan B, and sometimes even a plan C. I had a client who was expanding internationally, and just as they were about to launch, their supply chain collapsed. But because we had anticipated that risk, we had backup suppliers ready to step in. The expansion didn't miss a beat. So here's the actionable tip. List out the potential risks that could derail your growth. Everything from supply chain issues to tech failures you have to cover. Then create contingency plans. Who are your backups? What are your alternatives? Preparing for these risks before they happen will keep you moving forward no matter what. So there you have it, the secret to scaling without losing quality. It's not magic. It's about making smart decisions. Number 1, streamlining your tech. Number 2, managing your cash flow. Number 3, building a resilient team. And number 4, preparing for risks. Scaling doesn't have to be chaotic. With the right strategies, you can grow your business with the same quality and care that got you to this point. So if you have found this video helpful, hit that subscribe button, and I have got more actionable insights coming your way. And trust me, you don't want to miss them. Thank you. Bye.